I guess you put it. I put it under these three headings: te kore, te pō, te whaiao. So they talk about all the elements. You know, I am my father, I am my mother. I am Sky Father, I am Earth Mother. And so in that context, when we come on to a marae, the male element starts outside the waharoa. You know, so we see that enacted through, you know, the wero, the challenge: do you come in peace, do you come in war? And then as we transition onto the Aotea, we see the element of our wahine through the karanga. And as we come together inside the wharenui, and that's where you see the elements come together. So te kore, the untapped potential, te pō, the potential realised, and te whaiao, that's perhaps all that potential coming together into action. So what you see on the marae is exactly that, especially when it comes to welcoming our whānaus within the marae, and they're always often offered the bigger part of our wharenui, being the tara nui. And the transactions that happen, the words of welcome, I guess as a visitor, when you come to our country in New Zealand, straight away you would look at the carvings and go, oh wow, you know, there is that mystique. And sometimes it can put fear. Sometimes it can put fear. But as you go through that whole process, it's beautiful. You know, they feel the wairua. You know, they come up to me and they go, man, I've felt the hairs on the back of my neck. I've never felt like that before. And, you know, and I just say to them, well, yeah, that's wairua. That's the spirituality of everything we do. And yeah, it's quite funny and ironic that a lot of what we do as part of our culture, you know, there are shared, again, similarities across other cultures that we deal with. And so, and that normally occurs when we have the kapa tea and we have the kai right at the end. So that's equally, if not more important. So I guess when I perhaps equivalated to all the work that's been done by the Lion Academy, exactly the same. The untapped potential in terms of what Dion had to do when he realised, geez, I need to go abroad. I need to upskill in every facet, you know, to bring that back home. That was the untapped, and he did that. And then coming into te pō, you know, the realisation coming back home, and then perhaps putting it out to our own people is, I guess, being sort of the biggest challenge. Biggest challenge when you come into a domestic environment, from an international environment, it's hard. It's hard. That's why I sort of believed in everything that, you know, when it comes to suicide, when it comes to mental health, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of models out there and they all validate differently. I think that, and I've actually used some of these models here, the modalities of the Lion, to help some of my own sort of whanaunga get through some of their issues. And I guess this is what you're seeing now when we talk about te whaiao, is that the culmination of everything coming together. And I think, I see the summit as being exactly that, but then going from a current state to a future state as being the more important, and the positive effects it has not only domestically, but now going out to the rest of the world.